Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Savannah if you don't know me, and I run a small crochet business called 99% Coffee. This is like the third or fourth time that I've actually recorded this intro. I think I've recorded like once every other day for the past like 2 weeks, and then I realized that I can't post that week for various reasons. One of them, I was at my boyfriend's place, and then last weekend I was just busy with market prep. So I do have a lot of footage, but I don't have any clips of me throughout the week just like talking to you guys really. I might have some, we'll see. I haven't really looked through everything just yet, but my first market of this year is on Saturday, so I have 2 days left until my first market of the year. I'm going to be at Karoshi Con, which is a local university convention hosted by the NIU Anime Association. I went to this convention last year and it was so much fun, super fantastic, and it was one of my highest sales events. So I'm hoping that it's going to be good this year, but I mean, I guess we'll see. The economy isn't really in the best place right now, and I know a lot of other vendors for other conventions have been saying that it's not exactly great this year. So I guess we'll have to see what happens, but I do have high hopes, so we'll see. I'm also going to be vending there with my cousin. My cousin has their own booth as well, and I also have my cousin doing a small little project for me on the side. So hopefully you guys will be able to see that soon because I'm really excited for how that's going to come out. But my cousin is going to be there with their business Lumiscuro. I'll have to put the thing down here. I'm not exactly 100% sure how to pronounce it. They used to be called the Cafe Mouse, which was a lot easier for me to pronounce, but their new name I'm still not 100% sure on, even though it's been like 5 years at this point. But I will go ahead and put their little tag down here though. They have some really cool looking stuff. It's nice to be able to see my cousin and vend at some events together, because when we were younger I used to help out my cousin at their events that they were tabling at, but I wasn't doing anything at that time. And now it's kind of cool that we're able to vend at these events together but separately. So to kind of catch you up on everything, 2 weeks ago I went to my boyfriend's place and we went to the Joann by him, and it was empty. Like completely empty. I actually ended up going to his place 2 weekends in a row. The first week was completely empty, no yarn at all. I think I got like 2 skeins of like orange or something. And the week after that they had more yarn, but it wasn't exactly full. Last week I also went to another Joann location, the one closest to me actually, and that one did have more yarn, but it was still extremely empty. A lot of the yarn that they had left was they had a lot of the Juicy Couture and the Blanket XL yarn. So if you're looking for yarn and you see a Joann that has a lot of yarn, even if it's not the best price, if you need it, you might want to just go ahead and buy it. I do know that they are restocking as they go, but I haven't seen one that has been restocked personally in the Chicago suburbs. There could be in the southern suburbs, but I'm on the west side. But I also am 30 to 40 minutes away from my closest Joann, so it's probably, you know, they might restock on Wednesdays and I just don't see it. But I am glad that I did buy most of my yarn before the whole Joann thing. Even if it wasn't exactly the best price, the best sales price, there was some yarn that I definitely did need kind of quickly, like urgently. So the other day I also did a quick mock setup in my bedroom. I did not record me doing the mock setup in my bedroom because my bedroom's kind of small and I don't really have a ton of room in my apartment right now to do the mock setups for the longer tables in an easier spot. So I did take a quick video of me walking through what my setup looks like, so I'll go ahead and cut to that here in a second. Okay, so I have no room in my apartment right now. Like, this is my bedroom right now, and I have stuff everywhere for markets and stuff that I'm not going to be using. So I did not record any of this, but I just did a quick mock setup, and I say quick, but it's been like 2 hours now. So I did a quick mock setup, and this is what we're looking like for Karoshi Con. Over here is still kind of empty because this is going to be my keychains. I need to find some hardware for that, but I just wanted to put it there so that way I have it. I don't feel like it's exactly balanced, but I don't want to bring my pegboard with just mushrooms on it, so I'm just going to bring the keychains and put the mushrooms right there in like a little basket or something, I think. I don't know, we'll see. But I have my unicorns, I've got my bunnies up here. I do need to make a few more bunnies. I actually sold a few of them on my online store this week, so maybe I'll make a few more of those. And if I decide not to, then I'll put something else there. It's not a huge deal. This balloon bar, quote unquote, is brand new to me. I just recently bought it I saw that IKEA had something similar for like 60 bucks or 40 bucks, so I got it for like 25 on Amazon. But the snakes fit perfect on it, which is fantastic because they don't take up table space, but they don't like slide all over the place on the bar. But I also have my seahorses up here. I'm kind of deciding if I want to bring these to Karoshi Con. If I don't, then I'll just leave them out. But my jellyfish is here, and then I'm also going to put my hanging plants up here. Those are the bunnies. Up here I've got my little minis kind of section, I guess, or my small section. So I've got my moths up here, and I'm probably just going to have the moths. I don't think I'm going to make anything else bug-wise for this event. I've got all my little chicks, because these guys are always really popular. I'm just going to put out my crow and my penguins, just because why not. I've got my little squid polyps, my shark here, and my little lily pad frogs. I don't have any whales, apparently, so I'm going to need to make some of those. I also have my new axolotls. So these guys are a pattern by myself. I don't have a pattern written down for this formally. It's just a little pattern that I started working on. So I have these guys. I'm testing them out this event. I've got my little ducks up here. My axolotl. I kind of try to keep everything in somewhat the same spot, but it didn't work too well. I might make a few more chickens, but I've got this guy and then these two guys. My boyfriend had mentioned to make the blue chicken because I guess Stardew Valley has blue chickens and Legend of Zelda has blue chickens. I don't know. So he was like, just make some blue chickens, see how they do. So if he sells this time, that's going to be probably the last one I make. I've got my little manta right here. He needs a few friends, so I'll probably make a few other colors, like probably blue, probably green. I've got my cats here. The last time I had the cats inside one of those little crates, I feel like they got attention, but I feel like the cats right up front kind of brings more attention to the booth, so I'm going to leave them here. Last year the cats were pretty popular, so I might need to make some more of these. I only have one of each color right now, so I might just make a bunch of random other colors. I got my sea serpent on my little scrunchie tree. I bought it for scrunchies, but I am not particularly using it for that. I've got my other snake up there. He's probably going to move, but he's just there for now. My little triceratops here, along with my other dinosaurs, and once again, this is a pattern I've been working on because I never really found a triceratops pattern that I liked. I feel like all the triceratops patterns that I have come out like just a little bit too big. And same with like my brontosaurus. Like there's nothing wrong with this guy, it just comes out a little bit too big for my liking. So I'm probably just going to work on doing that next, making like a little dinosaur pack. I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to see how these guys go. If they do well at this market, then I'll think about it. These are the old axolotls. They're just the Crochet Grove version. But I will go ahead and... This is the difference between the Crochet Grove version and mine. That's the Crochet Grove. That's mine. Basically, I love the Crochet Grove one, but I've been making these for 2 years. So I decided to swap it out with these ones. The main thing that I wanted to do different was I wanted to make sure that they were a little bit more shapely. And then I also like the gills being a little bit more separated, so... I also like the rounder face, so... I am going to stick with those ones for a little while, see how they do, and test them out at this event. I got my little box of turtles. I have... Actually, I didn't realize I had so many turtles. So I've got my little daisy one over there, my strawberry, and my lemon one. And I have so many mini turtles. I didn't realize I had this many, but I do, so... If they sell, they sell, and if not, then they don't. But I was looking here, and I was like, I should make my, I need to make watermelon turtles, and I don't know if I want to, because that's a lot of turtles. I don't know, we'll see. I've got more turtles up on top of the box, and then I've got my little Harvey dragon here. I do have one more dragon that I have kind of, ignored. Here's his tail. He's, been hiding under my bed sheets for like the past 2 weeks because I just have not wanted to finish him, so he'll get finished one day. But aside from that, I do have a few other things to put up that I'm probably just gonna wait to put up, but I've got like my little sea serpent here, I've got a few other things, I've got a ton of chubby birds. So hopefully that's enough for this year. Last year the chubby birds were, well, the ducks. I think I made like 6 or 7 ducks and they all sold within like an hour. So I might have to make some more ducks. But aside from that, I also definitely need to make some more mushroom pops. Because I think I have 8 done right now. Maybe 10. So I'm going to have to work on that this week. Thankfully I still have a week until this event. So I still have a little bit of time to, you know, fill up the bunny box. Get to the mushrooms. Oh, I was zoomed in. I'm so sorry. I gotta do the mushrooms. I have to fill up the bunny box. Probably make a few more of these guys. It's Easter coming up soon, so I'm like, should I make more bunnies? But it's also an anime convention. So I feel like the bunnies maybe won't be as popular, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll make a few more. So that's what we're looking like. I think it looks pretty good for what it is. I only get an 8-foot table at this event. I probably should have done a 10 by 10, but I decided against it. Mostly because I didn't want to take everything with me. So I really do like how the cats are here. They did really well at the other event like this, so I think this might have to be my new like cat setup. Like I said, I usually put them in a box, but I think they kind of hide like that. I do have lights that I put underneath the boxes up here, so that does help, but I don't think it helps enough. I do have a few changes that I think I'm also going to make. I did not use one of my crates, but I think I'm going to use it anyway. And I'm also going to bring my pegboard, so I'm going to have to play around with that at the event itself, but I think it'll be fine. Most of my stuff for anime conventions can fit into those big, like 27-gallon moving bags. So I'm hoping that I should be good with just those. Yeah, we'll see. I only have an 8-foot table for this event. I didn't want to do the full 10 by 10 or 10 by 20 or whatever it is that they wanted for the bigger tables because I just don't think I have enough. Like, I have enough stock for it. Like, that's my usual table setup at, like, markets and stuff at outdoor events. But also, I don't really feel like bringing all of my stuff, like my kiosk and my bookshelves and all that. So I'm just going to do the regular 8-foot table for this event, and we'll see how that goes, because last year it was pretty good, and I honestly think that doing the 8-foot tables is probably better at this event, because the traffic seemed more steady on the insides in the aisles, and the traffic on the outsides was kind of not as good, it seemed. I could be completely wrong and just not paying attention, but from my point of view, that's definitely what it seemed like. I'm also trying out something new with an email marketing list, so people can sign up for my email marketing right at the booth, or they can like scan the QR code and then sign up for my email marketing. So I'm trying that this time around. I am offering a 10% discount to people that do sign up. I'm not expecting a ton of people to sign up, but if they do, then I can adjust the percentage or adjust whatever I need to do. But I think that's a good way to try to get people to sign up for my email marketing. Like I mentioned before in previous vlogs, I am a small business. I am on Shopify. I do have an Etsy, but it's not exactly fantastic. I like to try to sell through my website so I don't have issues with needing to up the price because of fees and whatnot. So in order to do that, I need to do all my own marketing. And email marketing, I feel like, might be my best course of action when it comes to that. I am trying out a new provider because my other one was super basic, so I'm trying a new one to do a little bit cleaner, like nicer, a little bit nicer emails. A few other things that I did have to do this week. I did have to do some price tags. I had to reprint out all my price tags with some new fonts that I'm using for my current setup. And the last thing that I had to do that was kind of like a makeup thing is I did have to put my stickers together for my bags. So I printed out a bunch of stickers on clear sheets like 2-3 weeks ago, on just the clear thermal sticker sheets. So I had to stick those stickers on the bags, which it's not my favorite look, but it does work. I just basically want to have a place for my logos on the bag, so it's like obvious where the bag or where the products are from inside the bag. I am not a huge fan of the plastic bags. I will be swapping to craft paper bags maybe after this year, because I still have a bunch to go through. Basically, I got a bunch of plastic bags from my mom. She used to sell at craft shows doing stationery, and so she had so many bags left over from all that, so she gave those to me. So I'm still working through all of those, but after those are gone, I'm planning to switch over to craft bags with this stamp, which is, I know a lot of people do it, but I think that is definitely more eco-friendly than just using the polyurethane bags. So I definitely want to swap over at some point, but it'll be at least about a year until I can do that. And that's assuming, I think I probably still have 250 bags or something like that left. Like, she gave me like a whole box of them, and there was a ton that were still in their original packaging. So I think it's like 50 each, so probably 250, maybe 300 bags left. So I still have a lot. I don't think I'm going to actually be able to get through all those this year, but who knows, you never know. My goal is to try to get through them all this year. Or at least like in the next year and a half, 2 years, whatever. So it's a little bit later on from earlier when I was recording the intro and all that. I actually got an order today. I'm actually really surprised I got an order today. I usually don't expect orders outside of markets. Yeah, I really don't expect orders in general, I guess. But today I actually got an order for 3 baby axolotls. And I only have the old axolotls on my website right now. The new versions are not on there right now. I'm testing those at the convention. But I got an order for 3 of the baby axolotls, so I have to pack that up tonight. I'm pretty sure that it was from a Google ad. I know earlier I mentioned that I have to do all of my marketing myself, which I'm still learning, obviously. So I have been playing around with Google Shopping ads the past few weeks. I think I got 1 order from the previous run that I did, and I did that run for like 2 weeks. So I was like, okay, this kind of sucks. I'll come back to this later on. So I decided to start it back up for the rest of March, which is only like 5 or 6 days, so it's like $30 maximum. And I got 1 order within 15 clicks, which is pretty good. I think I spent $12 for those clicks with Google, and this was a $45 order, so definitely was worth it. I think I'm probably, after March is done, probably mid-April, I'll start running ads again for probably the 15th to the 30th to kind of test with my new negative and positive keywords, just to see how that affects everything. Over 50% of the views and impressions and clicks and all that were axolotls, so I guess people are looking for axolotls online still. So I guess axolotls are still pretty popular. I was planning on kind of phasing them out this year, but if they're still getting hits online, and that's like the only thing that I'm getting hits on, then I'll probably keep them, at least for online orders. Things will have to change a little bit though, because these are using Sweet Snuggles Lite. So I'm going to have to reprice them and everything, because Sweet Snuggles Lite does come out bigger than the Parfait Chunky. And I can't find Sweet Snuggles anywhere in Michael's stores anymore. So I need to get that order going. I need to go get my coffee. I'm probably going to have a Costco cookie because those things are surprisingly good. I decided against the cookie because I have already had a cookie today, and those Costco cookies are massive. So I was thinking about this the other day, but so not long ago, I bought a stamp. I basically just wanted a stamp that I can use to customize my packaging a little bit. And I realized I probably should have waited a little bit on this. I need to concentrate real quick. That is definitely going to be crooked. But I realized I probably should have waited on this a little bit, because I think I'm going to be going through a bit of a rebranding soon. I have a font that I have been using for quite some time now, and I don't think it really fits my brand anymore, if that makes sense. So I can actually show you it here. This is the logo that I use right now. It literally says handmade plushies underneath it, but it doesn't really scream handmade plushies. It screams, my cousin mentions that it kind of reminds them of like a candle or like a soap business. And I'm trying not to be a candle or soap business. So I think I'm going to rebrand a little bit. I've already sent my cousin a little bit of an example of what I'm looking for, a very rough draft of what I'm looking for. So they're going to help me rebrand. They've helped me before with different graphic projects, and they've always done a really good job. However, when I actually do a rebrand, that means that I'm going to have to get a new stamp. I'm going to have to get new business cards, new thank you cards. My website is easy to update, but I'm going to need to do all of my print marketing over again. I'm actually running out of business cards, and I think I have like maybe 1 more box of tags. So it's probably a good time now to do it before I order more tags and everything. The only thing is that I just ordered that stamp, and that stamp was like $50, so maybe I should have waited a little bit on the stamp. It is what it is. Oh, and I just bought that tape too, the custom tape. So Oh well, it's okay. I mean, if I start the rebrand now, it won't be fully done for a while anyway, so that's fine, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just hoping for the best. I'm trying my best over here. I don't know what I'm doing. One of these days, I will figure it out, but that day is not today. I think the other thing that I kind of want to do is maybe think about separating some of my thank you card. Right now I have my thank you cards on the back of my adoption certificates, which is fine because it's one sheet of paper, which is fine. So instead of when someone orders like one plushie, then I don't have to send them a thank you card and an adoption certificate. But the only thing is that when I do send people plushies and they have more than one, I have to send them 3 thank you cards, or like the amount of plushies they have. Like in this case, I have to send them 3 thank you cards because on the back of the thank you cards is the adoption certificate. But on the other hand, I think I might just keep it that way because at least then that way, if they're buying it as gifts, then all of the gifts have like my contact information and my care instructions just in case they need to contact me or anything. So maybe I will just leave it, but I'm kind of thinking about it. One thing that I did do though that is new and very time consuming is I started rounding the corners on my tags, on my price tags. If you have ordered any price tags from Vistaprint, maybe you know what I mean by this. These edges hurt so bad when you're trying to pull them out of like your bags, your whatever it is that you put your plushies in. I've gotten the corners of these tags stuck under my nails so many times and they hurt so bad. What I'm learning now is that I get injured a lot at these markets. What I'm planning on doing is instead of the square edged ones next time, I'm planning on buying the rounded edge ones. I guess that's another reason why I'm glad I'm kind of doing the rebrand now, because at least that way I know that for the next purchase of these I will ask for rounded edges. Because I think what I'm going to do is go through Gotprint instead of Vistaprint because they are a little bit cheaper and they do the rounded edges on like everything. So I ordered a sample kit from them yesterday, so it should be here in like I think a week or 2. So I'm gonna see what kind of papers they have, but I'm thinking I'm gonna switch to Gotprint. Vistaprint has been great for me, but also at the same time I have had some issues with them with color quality and just the fact that these tags are not extremely customizable. Like I can't round the corners with them. Even for like a fee, like I think Gotprint charges like an extra $45 to have 1,000 of them rounded, like the corners rounded. Vistaprint doesn't offer that and they still come out more expensive. That's why I kind of want to try out Gotprint, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I still have some time until that rebrand goes through. Maybe in the next few months I'll have my new logo and all that set up and ready to go. Okay, so I've got my string here. I need to get my tissue paper and I also need to get the honeycomb cardboard. Honestly, I feel like I don't really need the honeycomb cardboard given the fact that I sell plushies, and when I say honeycomb cardboard, I mean the honeycomb wrapping paper, like the packing paper. I have found that I really like using it, but also at the same time, it's like I don't really need it because I sell plushies. So I'm kind of deciding if I just want to not use it as much. I'm sure that if I don't use it, my mom can find a use for it because she sells like dip liquid bottles and stuff that she doesn't want to get broken in transit. I don't know. If I feel like they're not really a necessity anymore, then I can just give them to her and I'm sure she can find a use for it. Kind of like putting these in here just so that way I can make sure that my plushies arrive safely because I don't know how much they get jostled around with USPS. Because I know USPS is not really known for being kind to packages, so I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'm just kind of doing what I can to make sure that everything is arriving safely. So in case you did miss it, because I don't think I actually showed you guys anything, this person had ordered a pink axolotl. Maybe I did mention it before. They ordered a pink axolotl, a yellow axolotl, and a pink, yellow, and a blue axolotl. I went ahead and got all those in there. I don't have any more thank you stickers, which is fine, honestly, because I don't even use the thank you stickers very much. I actually have been just tying my packages with like a little bow and then putting my business card and stuff in there. So this is what the package looks like when they open it. Actually, no, it's not. So when I package up my packages for shipping, I use a business card, of course, And yeah, this is my first iteration of my business card when it said fiber arts because I wasn't sure what I was doing at the time. Yeah, it needs to be updated because it also still has my Etsy shop on the back. And I don't use my Etsy shop anymore, like for plushies and stuff. It does have a scan me. Let me make sure that it actually goes to the correct location because it should go to my link tree. Okay, so at least the QR code still works, but it definitely does need to be updated because it just has my Instagram, my Etsy shop, and my email address. I don't want to direct people to my Etsy if I'm not really selling plushies on it, so I am gonna have to fix that. These are my thank you cards. My thank you cards are actually updated. So on it I have the top, which is just thank you for your purchase and for your support. I do mention some basic care instructions on them. I do have my QR code. And then I do also have a little blurb on the bottom about supporting small businesses. And then the back has my adoption certificate. Like I mentioned, I think it is time for a rebrand. It doesn't scream cute plushies, so I'm gonna have to do that. But this is what I mean, like when I sell like multiple plushies at a time, the front is the thank you card and the back is the adoption certificate. So they get 3 thank yous and 3 adoption certificates. I mean, I do flip it on the other side so that way when you open it, you see the thank you card and then you see the adoption certificates. So I'll just slide this little thing in here, slide all the thank you cards in there, and then I will also slide my business card in there. And when the package is all shipped or is all packed up ready to go, this is what it looks like when they open it. I'm really proud of my packaging overall. I think it is very cohesive at this point. So now I just need to get my tape and my little bucket of water because I've learned that it's easier to use a little sponge and a little bucket of water to do the tape, especially if you're not going to be doing more than one package. So I did one package once with like filling up the reservoir for it, and it was just a pain in the butt. So with these tapes, these water activated tapes, I've also learned to have a towel on hand. I cut this way too long. So I learned to have a towel on hand because I may or may not have accidentally glued my hand to one of these tapes last time I used it. So I keep a towel on hand so I can like immediately wipe off any of the glue because it was fun. I've never, well, I mean, I have glued myself to stuff before, but it's been a while, so that was an interesting time. So like I said, I think I finally have the inside packaging down pat to what I like because it's very cohesive, I think. And the outside it's just a box. Okay, so now I just need to print out the shipping label and I can drop this off at the post office tomorrow then for shipment. Because I think she ordered today, so it was like fulfill this by April 4th or something like that, but I'm not gonna make them wait that long. I'm just gonna ship it out as soon as I can, especially if it's already made. If it was something I had to make, it might have been a few days because I do have some made-to-order items on there. But since this was ready to ship, I'm just going to go ahead and ship it and take it out of my inventory. The nice thing is that I can at least knock 3 of the 5 old versions of the axolotls off of my inventory, so that's good. So before I close this video out, I do want to say a quick thank you and a quick little shout out to Try Gems Gift Shop on YouTube. By the way, their name gets me every time. This is like the 5th or 6th time that I've tried to say their name. I don't know what's up with it. But they gave me a quick shout out on one of their videos a few weeks ago, and of course I've been gone since then. So I just wanted to give them a quick shout out and a quick thank you for being in my comments and hanging out. I have seen them posting about like binging my videos while they're market prepping, and it's like, yeah, I'm about to do the same. So I've been watching her vlogs and stuff the past few days as well, just while I've been market prepping. So be sure to go check her out and give her a subscribe. She's another fellow crocheter, and it looks like she just got a market vlog uploaded. So be sure to go check it out. But I am gonna go ahead and close out this video now because it is it's Thursday night, 10:30 p.m. and I am ready to get this done and to just make sure that I've got everything. I have a list of things that I need to get in my bags for this market on Saturday. And I know I still have tomorrow to work on things for the market on Saturday, but I also kind of want to take tomorrow to just relax and not have to worry too much. But I'm probably going to worry anyway. There's a few other things, like I have a long list of things that I wanted to make for the event this weekend, and I just never got to them. I'll probably be working on some of those tomorrow, but I would like to have mostly everything done and at least have all the electronics charged. I'm gonna go and work on that. But if you guys are interested in seeing the market vlog for this event, it is going to be an anime convention, and it's one that I've done before, but it's not usually something that I do very often. I don't usually do anime conventions because they're kind of big and usually fairly long. Because I work a 9-to-5 job, I can't really just like take off like 5 days every 2 weeks to go to different anime conventions around like the country or around the state or whatever. So I normally don't do them, but I do this one because it is close by. It's actually at the university in the town over. But if you are interested in that market vlog, be sure that you are subscribed down below so that way you don't miss my video next week on that, because it will be next Friday that I post the market vlog. I'm trying out a few different things for this market vlog. You'll see what I mean when I actually post that video. But anyway, I'm gonna go before I just start completely rambling again, and I'm going to get all this done. But hopefully I will see you guys all next week.